It's Saturday. Welcome back to Raspberry Rock. I'm Russell. Finally got we finally harvested something from the garden. Check this out. Yeah, it's weird because like every day I go out there and I turn the pump on to water it, and I quickly check through all the plants and see what the progress is. And I'd seen that there was a couple of green beans growing. Like just yesterday, I had looked and saw there was a couple of green beans growing. Today, City Girl gets out there, gets right in there, and pulls out like 30 green beans. I'm like, where did those come from? Everything's growing so well. We should add some nutrients, though, to them, just to keep them pulling through. Oh, we're fantastic gardeners! I say that sarcastically, of course. We're terrible gardeners. That's why I'm so excited when, something actually grows and we can harvest something. But whatever. Anyway, weighed myself at 236.8 this morning. My all-time top a month or 2 months ago was 244. So a little bit of progress. I am feeling a little bit better. Like a little bit better. Like I'm a little lighter on my feet. You think about it, like I think my ideal weight is like 195. Ideal weight, 195. At 244, that's like 50 pounds overweight. It's like, it's like, take something you regularly do every day, like cutting your grass or processing firewood or whatever. This is my shot. Whatever. And put on a backpack with 50 pounds in it and now try doing it, right? You're going to be worn out like crazy. And this is what I was talking about. I get worn out like so fast. I get out there to process firewood. I can't even do it for an hour. I'm just dead, like, ugh. So this is why I'm so focused on doing this now. If I can get rid of this weight, then I can get back to doing things normally, right? Like processing firewood, which I really need to do. But anyway. So, yeah, I'm going to go for a hike. Yesterday I hiked to the Bridge of Doom and back 3 times. That's 9 kilometers. And then in the evening I got on the treadmill and went for an hour. This is how I do it. I've also been making some small changes in the things that I eat, trying to cut back. Like I went from regular mayo to 50% fat mayo, and now I'm doing mustard every other day because there's like 0 calories of mustard. Also, there's this thing. Just went inside and City Girl's got her nose buried in the green beans. She's like, they smell so good. Anyway, check this out. Oh, let's see if I can lighten up. Yeah, so dill. Let me take a quick look at the stuff on the back. I don't know if you can, I can't tell if that's in focus. Anyway, per teaspoon, it's like 1 gram of carbohydrates. 10 calories in 1 teaspoon. That's good stuff. Dill. I really like it. Too bad it doesn't come in a bigger container. And I got to order off Amazon because it's not in the local grocery store. Anyway, small changes like that. There's other things I'm doing. I'm not going to go too deeply into my diet because every time I do, it's kind of written in stone kind of thing. Like, if I talk at all about anything, no matter how good it is, somebody's going to find fault with it. There's no way to do it perfectly because somebody will find fault with it. Anyway, I'm gonna go hiking. Okay, one more thing. I'm not a green bean guy, and I prefer them cooked. But that's the best green bean I've ever eaten. Nice camera angle. Okay, hike time. It's Sunday morning, and my City Girl is about to go back to the city. And look, she's all ready. She's got her helmet and everything. And this is her messy kitchen. She's got a cucumber for some reason.
Isn't it cute? Look at it.
That was labeled squash, I think.
Okay,
we got so many things wrong in the garden. I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, we're discovering lots of things that I planted, misplanted, but
And the peppers finally sprouted tomatoes.
And okay, last night we spent like 5 minutes going back and forth. I said, no, they're peppers. No, they're tomatoes. They're coming out tomatoes. Are you sure?
They're tomatoes. They look like tomato plants. They're growing tomatoes. I'm pretty sure they're tomatoes.
You know what? I love that we can actually grow things now. And that we're rock stars at it.
Wait, what happened to that? Did you show the cucumber? Who picked it?
Where?
Oh, you put it back.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, I wanted to get City Girl in a little bit of video before she left and went back to the big bad city.
Yeah.
And here she is. Okay.
Yeah. Bye.
Okay, I'm going to attempt to recreate a clip. Usually when the battery dies in the camera, it cuts the clip off. And I can still use that clip. I just carry on from... I replace the battery and I hit record and I carry on from wherever it cut off, right? In this instance, it deleted the clip entirely. So I'm missing a clip explaining what I'm about to do. So anyway, here it is. I'm going to try and recreate the clip that I'm missing. I've been using the Stanley here, this car jump starter, to power the pump to water the garden. It's been working great. I take it out in the morning, I plug it into the pump, I go for a hike, I come back in about 40-45 minutes, I unplug it, I bring it back here to the cabin, I start charging it again. And it's been working great. Except last Saturday, I plugged it in the morning, I went for a hike, completely forgot about it, went for another hike, I came back, we had lunch, and then sometime in the afternoon I said, oh crap, I forgot the thing. So I went over and I got it and I brought it back and I plugged it in to charge it and I thought, oh no, it's not good for a lead acid battery to leave it running that long, right? You can really damage it. And it turns out I did damage it. It won't charge at all anymore. But it's an old, it's 20 years old, so you're not going to get a lot of life out of those things anyway. So the next day I had to water the garden, but I happened to have this 12-volt battery in the kitchen. I'd taken it out of the generator, thinking it was bad, but I guess it's not bad. And it still had some charge in it, so the next day I took it over and watered the garden. Powered the pump with this. My only problem is I don't have a 12-volt charger to charge it with, but I have this, which does have 12-volt. And somewhere in here is when the battery kicked out and the clip died. So, battery dies right now. Yeah, so that's ironic. My battery died. Isn't that ironic? I'm sitting here talking about... Anyway, so I don't have a 12-volt battery charger. This guy has it built in, which is kind of nice. Like, I plugged this into 120 AC and it converts it to 12-volt DC to charge the battery inside. So what I'm hoping here is, even though... Give me a sec. Arthur, what are you doing? Oh my God. Okay. So what I'm hoping here is, and we're going to test this in a second, my multimeter. See, I have a multimeter. I don't have a 12-volt charger. So we're going to put there and there. Just to see what we're getting here. Wow. Oh, you gotta turn it on, Russell. Gotta turn it on, Russell. What works when you turn it on? 6.17 volts. That is terrible for a 12-volt battery. So if I plug it in, then what do we got? Shoot. It's the same. Shoot. I was hoping that, shoot. I was hoping it would just be like a pass-through on that. But maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't work when it's turned on. Maybe it doesn't charge when it's turned on. Shoot. Okay. Well, I'm going to town tomorrow, so maybe I'll buy a 12-volt battery charger. But or one of these. I don't know. That's a better solution. I don't know. I'll think about it. Shoot. I was really hoping that would work. It's nice how fast my clothes dry out here. Nice warm day and a nice breeze coming in. Wonderful. They get air washed as well. Very nice. Anyway, I decided to pull this guy apart and just take a look at what's inside it. I reasoned that it's probably, the battery's probably similar to this one. It's just going to be a sealed lead acid battery. I will put a card in this and then show you. Yeah, it's a sealed lead acid battery. The only difference is, there's two differences really. One is the physical size, it's much bigger, and the other one is it's a 19 amp hour battery instead of my little 7 amp hour battery. So, yeah. What I'm going to do here is I've already disconnected the positive side. I'm going to disconnect the negative. I'm actually going to take that battery out and put this one in here just for now, just so I can get it charged. And then I can water the garden tomorrow. That shouldn't be a big problem. I took a look on Amazon. And replacement batteries, like the same type of battery, is $72.61. Whereas a new unit, now these come in different sizes, like there's a 700, there's a 1000, which is what this is. There might be a smaller one, there might be a bigger one. To replace this one, which is a 1000, is $166. And I kind of thought, well, maybe I'll just buy a new one. Or maybe just buy a smaller one. The smaller one was 120 something, I think. Then I thought, no, it's really just a battery is what it is. I mean, the air compressor doesn't work on it, which would be nice if it did. But really, to make financial sense, I just bought the battery. It should be here later this week. And in the meantime, I can keep charging the smaller battery with it and keep watering the garden. That's what I got. Okay, so this is some janky shit. because of the odd orientation of the poles and the battery and the length of the very, very short cables in here, I just alligator clipped it up. And I'm just going to be disconnecting it tomorrow anyway, so I can take the battery out there. So, I mean, this should work, but where's the cable? So this either explodes in my face or it works. I need a longer cable. Come on, Russell. Still need a longer cable. Okay. Well, the light's on. Some janky ass shit right there. Okay, whatever. You know, I just made a decision. Just looking at these old rusty clamps, how badly rusty they are. Just everything about this just rankles me right now. I'm just gonna go buy a new one. Forget it. I'm gonna cancel the order for battery and buy a new one. Yep, looks about right. So, 9 amp hours versus 19 amp hours. This one's much smaller, but that other battery, I mean, that Stanley thing is like 20 years old, as I said. You know, sealed lead acid batteries aren't meant to last that long. I doubt I was actually getting 19 amp hours out of it. If I was getting half that, I'd be surprised. Dang it. Deer flies, man. That really hurt. I don't know, right now they're smaller and they're faster and more aggressive. It's a new generation. Okay, let's go plug this thing. What? Alrighty. Getting water. So now I'm gonna go hiking. Go for a hike to the old Bridge of Doom and back. Let it run for it'll be about 45 minutes, I guess. "41 minutes. I'm getting actually faster. At doing my hikes for some reason. Let's see how we're doing here. Ooh. I don't see anything happening. Oh, got lots of water in there. But yeah, it's dead at this point, isn't it? Okay, I'll go unplug it before I damage this one. Yep, she's done. I don't know if you can see that. 7.28. So yeah, that's pretty low. Alright. I'll hook it back up. I'm gonna grab some more alligator clips so I don't have to screw anything in here. These, yeah. Second hike. Actually, we're getting good at this. I left the dogs at the cabin outside. I just tell them to go LIEDOWN, and they do. They go. They stay at the cabin. This is like the third or fourth time I've done that, so I'm really happy about that because it's hot and it's buggy, and they just, you know, we go once. They put up with the deer flies, and that's some good exercise. They got to get their exercise, right? Anyway, look at me. We're gonna check the progress here of the charge. Yeah, so up to 13. So I'm gonna leave it like this. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, or yeah. Geez, second time my batteries died on me. One video, twice in one video. Anyway, it's supposed to rain. That's the heat making the metal contract and expand. So yeah, it's supposed to rain tomorrow. Might start overnight. I'm not sure. So I'll have to like do something with this. Maybe just put a bag over it. I did. I changed my mind again. I couldn't find this exact model of Stanley with the compressor. There's one on Amazon. There's one on Amazon that's the same model, but it doesn't have the compressor on the back, and that's kind of like, well, I'm gonna spend another $100 for zero benefit. So I went and ordered the battery again. I'd already canceled the order. I just went and bought it again. So hopefully it'll be here by this weekend. I won't have to go through all this crap. Anyway, I'm gonna have a shower and go to town. It's Tuesday. Senior sub day. Yeah. So I've decided that Tuesdays are cheat days. I was up to having a Dr. Pepper a day during the week. Well, every day. I've been having a Dr. Pepper every day, like for lunch or something like that. But there's like 77 grams of sugar in this sucker. So I've cut back to one day, like I used to do. And I'll have a sub, lots of carbohydrates. So sugars and carbohydrates, that's why today's a cheat day. And I'll have a salad and a piece of chicken for dinner. You gotta have cheat days over here. This view. Whoa, oh, no. Piss off, seagulls. You're gonna die. Garden update! Well, yeah, the garden's still growing really well. Sunflowers still growing and not showing anything. Look how tall they are. I did a little bit of research on how to trim tomato plants, so then I came out and trimmed them, and then I went back and I did a lot more research and found out I'd done it wrong. You're not supposed to expose the tomatoes to the sunlight because you can sunburn them or some shit like that. So, but boy, are there ever a lot of tomatoes growing. Like I said to City Girl, like, we're gonna have over 100 tomatoes from these 3 plants. Here's one. Can you see it moving? Here's 2. Here's 3. Well, actually, the 4th one is in there as well. There's so many tomatoes growing. It's absolutely insane. But anyway, I said we're gonna be composting half of them, but she's optimistic that we can actually use them somewhere in something. So sure, why not? That sounds good. All the gourds have been producing. The big pumpkin was our only holdout, so we got a little big pumpkin growing, and we have squash growing, and we have we did show you the cucumbers from last weekend, but there's lots of little buds happening there, so I expect more cucumbers. The potatoes are doing their thing. They've gotten to the point where the plants are starting to lie down. I'm not sure if that's supposed to happen. So what did I miss here? Squash, cucumber. Oh, yes, small pumpkin. Yeah, the small pumpkin is coming in. So I don't know. Some of these look like the same thing. So we already figured out. We mixed up the cucumber and the squash. So, yeah, we mixed up a few things when we were planting it. Not that it's a big deal. I mean, that's fine. I'd say, yeah, and the carrots are growing pretty tall now as well. Yeah, everything's growing like crazy. The corn hasn't produced anything that looks like a cob yet, but I think it's still early. It's still young, but they are growing to a good height, as you can see. You can see me, right? Woo! I'm over here, hiding behind the corn. Anyway, that's going to be it for a garden update. I do have a new hose system that I want to try. Instead of a soaker hose, it's a one where it you spray. It's got these little spots that you put in, and it sprays water. It's a similar kind of system, but you put these watering things where you want rather than just anywhere. Anyway, that's a terrible description, isn't it? Okay, anyway, that's it for the garden update. So today is July 26th. The video is coming up today, hopefully, if I get this done. Just want to share this with you. I started actually tracking my weight on July 13th. On that day, I was 240 pounds, 240.2 pounds. My max, of course, was 244. But I wasn't recording it then, so I'm going to start with July 13th, 240.2. This morning I weighed myself at 234.4. That's almost 6 pounds. It's 0.2 away from 6 pounds. So, and that's 13th to the 26th, that's 13, that's 14 days, that's 2 weeks. 6 pounds in 2 weeks. I guess that's okay. I kind of wanted it to go a little faster. But in my goal of losing, 50 pounds, hold on, I can do the math. Yeah, that's somewhere around 8.5 times. Right? That's a little less than 8.5 times. So 2 weeks times 8 is 16. Oh my god, let me do some math. Okay, so math can be tricky. 6 goes into 50 8.3 times. 8.3 times 8.3 times 2 weeks is 16.6 weeks. So that's telling me that if I continue at the same rate, losing 6 pounds per 2 weeks, then it'll take me 16.6 weeks to lose 50 pounds. Just a little over 4 months. 4 months and a bit. A week? Is that a week? Not quite. Anyway. 16.6. Not 17 weeks. Yeah, just a little over 4 months. Anyway, I guess that's pretty good. 4 months for 50 pounds. 6 pounds per 2 weeks doesn't sound like a lot, but 50 pounds in 4 months does sound like a lot. It's a lot of work. I'm doing a ton of work right now to lose this weight too. Anyway, that's it. I just wanted to share. I'll update you guys as time progresses. Yep. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Kind of a mishmash of stuff. If there's anything you didn't like seeing in this video or don't want to see in future, just let me know. Or if there's anything you want to see more of, just let me know. And hopefully I'll get this video out in a couple hours. Peace out.